Hello everybody, this is part one of two parts. Part one is the cold IPA, part two is the warm IPA. So hi guys and girls, and welcome back. I've got a very different review today. So today I am reviewing St Austell's Proper Black. Now I haven't had a black IPA yet. So today I've got the exact same beers. So I've got two Proper Blacks. And this video is a little bit of with a bit of a twist, because I've also got a thermometer, a bucket of water, and two different temperatures. Now the reason I've done this is because IPAs need to be served sort of like around about 8 to 10 degrees, agreed. I am actually waiting from the St Austell's brewery to get back to me. Rio at St Austell's, she's been brilliant. We messaged a bit, and I've asked her what temperature should I serve Proper Black at, and she's going to speak to the brewer. But I says to her, I'm looking around about between 8 and 10, and she's speaking to the brewer, and she's going to get back to me. So hopefully by the time I've done this video, she might have got back to me. If not, this will be coming probably another day. She did get back to me, and she told me to serve it between 8 and 10 degrees. It was Friday she got back to me, but I did send quite a few messages, and she was speaking to the brewer, and that's where the information came from. Brilliant. Did I say it's International IPA Day? So I've been waiting a while to do this. I've been really excited about this because one, I want to try the beer, and two, I want to try and explain in a unprofessional way, but just from my taste buds and what I speak to my friends about how important it is to get your beer, no matter what it is, at the right temperature. I think it should be something that all the brewers should do, and put on what they recommend the beer be served at. Say for instance Guinness, I find the extra cold Guinness totally too cold. It's absolutely outrageously cold for me, and I think it just kills all the flavours in there. You don't get none of them sort of roasted flavours that you should get in Guinness. Watch my Guinness video and you'll see, I think I talk about warming it up a bit. But anyway, so this is a really good one for me because this is an IPA, but it's also a black IPA. So it's got some really dark malts in there, and it's got some sort of, it's going to have some dark flavours in there. So what I want to do is, I've got one that's, I'm trying to get room temperature, which I'm thinking is going to be around about 17 degrees. An optimum room temperature, as I've looked at, is about 20 degrees, but it depends on the person, doesn't it? But I'm thinking more about a room temperature like a cupboard under the stairs, something like that, which not this time of year, but generally you're looking at about 17, 18 degrees. And then I've got the one in the fridge, which is at 9 degrees, because that fridge rocks and rolls at around 9, 10 degrees. Perfect. I can make it colder just by turning it up, but at a certain setting, it will rock around that, which is perfect for an IPA. So without further ado, I've got two identical glasses. Okay, they're not IPA glasses, so it's not going to like fit the whole lot in. There, I know you can't really see them, but I'll be holding them up. I've got currently, what we're at now, I've got to turn this thermometer on. Currently in this bucket of water, we are rocking the warm black IPA is rocking at 16.8 degrees. So what I've done is the tap water, believe it or not, what I ran into the bucket was quite warm. So I've had to put some ice packs in to bring it down. But that one's been in the house all week, and it's been sitting there at about 20 degrees. So I just wanted to bring it down a few degrees. So it's been sat in this water. I've put ice packs in it and then I've took them out, and then I've added a bit. Put a lot of time into this, so like, don't take the mick. You can take the mick. So what I'm going to do is, I want to actually taste the beer for what it is, because I know the warmer one's going to taste different. You need the balance. You've got to get the right amount of the hops, the right amount of the malts. Make it too cold, it goes the wrong way one way, make it too warm, it goes the wrong way the other way. Like I talk about a seesaw beer, you got to get that balance. These breweries have spent so much time crafting these beers, and I recommended a beer to my friend, and he's had it and said, nah, I didn't like that. It was too this or it was too that. So I said, well, where'd you keep it? And he's like, well, I keep it in the cupboard in the stairs. I said, well, did you chill it before you drank it? Well, no, because it's quite cool in there. Well, yeah, it might be cool in there. It might be 18 degrees cool to you, but to the beer, it's like, whoa, you know what I mean? I need some sunglasses on here. This is a tad warm, man, you know. So, you know, these guys and girls are crafting these beers, and then we're serving them at the wrong temperature and getting the wrong flavours out of them. So, without further ado, I'm excited about this. I've waited all week. It's Thursday, International IPA Day. Apparently it's the first Thursday in August. I didn't even know about it until today. Well, how ironic that I was doing this today and it happens to be that day. So I'm going to go down the fridge. I'm going to get the one out that's at 9 degrees, and I'm going to pour that out, and I'm going to enjoy that, and I get some flavours out of that and see how it tastes at the proper temperature. So here it is. Here's the star of the show. St Austell's Proper Black IPA, bottled conditioned at ALC on the back of this, but rocking at 6%. I actually thought this was 7%, so I'm quite pleased because I'm going to have this and I'm going to have that. And then I've got another black IPA that I found that was given to me from my brother-in-law from another brewery that I hadn't heard about. I'm going to have that, and I think I'm going to video that as well. So yeah, what a great looking, we've got, look at that. We've got condensation coming already. It is 24 degrees in here. So I'm hoping that when I crack this open and put it in that glass and put this probe in, it's going to be round about the right temperature. If it's not, because it's been huddled in with all the other beers in there, and to be quite frank, it was in the fridge at the house, which was a lot colder, so it's been out on the side to warm up a bit and then in the fridge for about an hour. So I want it to be bang on, okay? So let's get this cracked into a glass. So I hope you've all been enjoying International IPA Day, and I'm really sorry if this comes on the Friday or the whatever and not on the day. I'm trying to get it out today, but I probably won't. So here we go. Oh, let's get this into the glass. Looking nice. Now, I would say that with it being, whoa! Now, I was just about to say that with it being the right temperature, you're probably not going to get it leaping into a big head like that, which it didn't look like it was doing. So you need to pour it probably a little harder. However, suddenly out of nowhere, because my glass is clean, that carbonation went and just made that lovely, what looks like very nice sort of coffee type creamy head. That actually, to be fair to me, I've got some coffee beans that that we have in the coffee machine. I'm never going to get all this out, so when I've drank nearly all of this, I'm going to have the enjoyment of all that sediment in the bowl. And the coffee beans, when you do an espresso, they leave this sort of like creamy milk-like head on the top, which looks as if you've put a dash of milk in it. So that, to me, is looking sort of like that very sort of like coffee type, chocolate milkshakey type colour head, which is very inviting, very, very inviting indeed. So, dare I chuck the probe in it and embarrass myself with it not being the right temperature? So I'm going to do it, and if it's wrong, I ain't going to show you. If it's right, I'll show you. So here we go. Oh, wait. So as you'd expect, it was just slightly colder than what it was. So what I've done, I've had a sip of it, I've poured it back up, I've waited, literally, I promise you, I've held it in my hands for probably about 40 seconds because it wasn't too bad, but it was a degree off. So I'm popping that in here now, and we are showing 9.1 degrees. Can you see that? That's in the beer, and I've just lit that, but I'm drinking that. But I thought between 8 and 10, I want it at 9 degrees. I want to just add, I noticed when I was doing it, probably because of the nerves, I don't know, I should have been holding the stem all the time so that I'm not warming the beer up with my hands. But luckily it didn't warm up too much. And the other thing I'm trying to do in this video is trying to separate it was so well balanced, the beer was, but I wanted to try and separate I wanted to forget about the chocolatey, coffee, roasty flavours and just concentrate on the hops, and then start to then concentrate more on them, which brings it into that balance. It was just a perfect balance between the hops and the roasted malts, and they were all there just together. So this is the optimum temperature. I'm going to have a drink of it, a smell of it. So now it says on the bottle, and I've read, as black as stout, but close your eyes, and this beer tastes like a classic IPA. Powerful hops dominate the restrained chocolate and coffee notes from the roasted malts. Now I know what I'm going to be expecting with this black IPA. I know it's going to get chocolatey, coffee. You know, that's what we know we're going to get that. But the hop side and the bitterness, yes, the bitterness, yeah, but the hop side. So I'm gonna, yeah, I mean, that smells, God, I'll keep looking at the black and keep expecting it to be right. So now I'm forgetting that it's black, and it's quite florally, and I can smell an IPA, citrusy type. Snort it. Oh, the snorting it gave me the chocolate. So yeah, okay everybody. Don't spray it, right? So I've got my eyes closed. It's a lovely light coloured IPA. Lovely and light. Lovely and beautiful. Cheers everybody. Lovely. Where is it? Oh. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, now. Oh my God, I'm gonna be supping this. So yeah, I'm getting exactly what St Austell's Brewery want me to get out of this. The black part won't leave my head. So psychologically, I'm really trying to pick out the hops, the fruity, the tropical sort of side, what an IPA would be, like a citrusy fruit, and especially coming from proper St Austell's, how a proper job would be. That zingy and zesty in. Yeah. Yeah. My brain's still telling me it's dark, it's roasty, it's chocolatey, it's whatever. And I'm like, shut up. For a minute it's not, then it is. The bitterness on this is definitely seems to be more on the chocolatey, roasty side. So I think the malt side of it are coming in and making it seem like you're getting that sort of dark chocolate type of, but not the dark chocolate that, when we talk about dark chocolate, there's lots of different types of dark chocolate. So it has a certain strength, doesn't it, of its purity, I suppose. I'm not an expert on any of this, but all I know is I was having dark chocolate because someone said it's good for you, and dark chocolate's very good. But I always have the purest of purest of purest with none of the sweetness in it. And if you give a piece of dark chocolate to somebody, do you want a piece of dark chocolate? Yes, please. I like a bit of dark chocolate, lovely. Whoa, what is that? Yeah, that is bitter. So this is like, this has got, see that, yeah. Now, I always say this, don't I? So when Spenno does a beer review with his, in his way, I always have to drink a fair amount of this to start getting the real flavours. Hopefully there's some of the crack none in there from out that bowl. I really cannot just straight away, I've not got enough experience in the nose. So the nose now is giving me much more of that it's florally, perfumey. Tastes classic IPA, chocolate and coffee notes from roasted malts, but this is still, yes, I can still get, it's almost like if you picked up, if you really cut through it, it has got that, what I describe as the mushed up fruit smell. You've got to get by the black part. You've got to get by the fact that it's a black IPA. You've got to get by the fact that you are smelling the roasted stuff in there, and the coffee and the toasty stuff and that. But there is some tropicalness about that, which is phenomenal because yeah, I mean, I'm really now I'm cutting through the taste. I'm really getting more of the zestiness. So from like there is going to be like Citra in this. I think Proper Job's got Citra. They've got to put Citra hops in this just to get that zing out of it. So the beer now in the glass. So it's actually warming up as we drink it. We're at 11.4 degrees now. So I want to get this drank before it warms up too much to that temperature. So this, as it stands now, very balanced, very lovely, very IPA-y, but at the same time with so much like bitter chocolate blimmin' taste to it. It's absolutely boom, it's like bursting with that bitterness from like what you think would be the bitter chocolate if you was to have like that real bitter chocolate, not the sweet, not like if you were going to get a Bounty bar that's got dark chocolate on it. That's really sweet and lovely, and the dark chocolate's nice. You can get a Kit Kat with dark chocolate on it. It's really nice and lovely. Get yourself to any supermarket and go and buy the most purest dark chocolate you can get. Get that down you, and that's the type of bitterness you're getting from this. That is really quite crazy because IPA is an Indian pale ale that was brewed and made with lots of hops, or hop forward to preserve the beer to send out to the troops in India, wasn't it? And now here we are, a Black IPA, which is not a new thing, is it? It's been out, black IPAs have been out for ages. So, but the actual IPA part of it has gone from what it used to be in my eyes. It's just like, if someone says an IPA, you know it's going to be, it's going to be tropical, fruity, zesty, bitter. It's going to have a malt balance depending what style of IPA you have. You know, we've got New England IPA, West Coast IPA, English IPA, you know, American IPAs. We've got everything, haven't we? We've got so many choices of IPA. But IPA is almost like now a celebration of hops for me. So let's make an IPA black, make it amber, make it whatever you want. But I just thought I wanted to do this one on International IPA Day. Well, I didn't even know about it until today. But I wanted to do this as a comparison. Because it is something that should be really cold, but using stuff that lends itself to being quite warm. So, a beer clean glass. That was beautiful. Wow. And now, that back taste is just a lingering bitterness, but I don't know where it's coming from. It's like, have they roasted malts so dark that they're just burny, bittery, and, or is it like they've put some hops in there that've got a high alpha acid and got the bitter from there? But that really doesn't taste. That's really clever, because for me, if I drink a West Coast IPA, I know that the bitterness is coming from the hops, but that is messing with my mind. It's almost like the bitterness is coming from the chocolate, but there ain't no chocolate in there, is there? There's no chocolate in there. Very clever, that is. It's lovely and bitter, but then you've got that balance of the tropicalness as well. That's a mind bend. That's fantastic. So anyway, check the temperature on the bucket. And get that warmed up, and let's see what that brings. So thank you for watching part one, and hopefully you'll zip across and watch part two, because if I'd have done it in one hit, it was about an hour-long video. Okay, thank you very much. See you in part two, where we try the warm one.